Good afternoon to all my wonderful viewers out there. Welcome back to another episode of Copped or Dropped, the series where I talk about my experiences on a recent drop that happened that unfortunately I wasn't able to record for you guys, so I wasn't able to make it a live cop video. I also discuss in the episodes whether or not I was able to cop or if I had to drop the pieces that I was interested in. And the drop that we're going to be covering today, the pieces that we're going to be talking about, whether or not I was able to cop or if I had to drop them, are the Tri-Crusher Hoodie in the white and the JK Knit in the grey colorway that released recently as part of Palace's Week 7 of their Autumn 2020 collection. Hey guys, it's here. I had some of you guys already hitting me up in the comment section of my past couple videos saying, so Daniel, what's the status? How did you do on Friday? Okay, well this is where I'm going to unpack it all for you. So, as I've mentioned in my last couple copped or drop videos, my last couple Palace videos, work has made me work from 1 PM to 9 PM over the past 5 weeks. Now, in Australian time, the Palace drops that happen on a Friday drop at 8 PM. So unfortunately, I'm at work when these drops happen. Luckily though, or you know, more purposefully, I set my last break aside for 8:50, so no sorry 7:50, so I can pick up the Palace drop at 8 o'clock. So that's what I do, and that's why unfortunately I can't do a live cop video, just because, well, I'm at work. So this is why I do the copped or dropped series. And in today's episode, as I mentioned, we're going to be covering if I was able to pick up the 2 pieces that I mentioned that I was really interested in from the drop list video of week 7. And the 2 pieces that I was really interested in that we're going to be covering today on whether or not I was able to cop or if I had to drop it are the Tri-Crusher Hoodie in the white colorway, which was the hoodie with the Tri-Ferg logo done in like a comic book style, maybe like a VHS kind of style, and it was being I guess like smushed into a skeleton's head, and the skeleton's head was done in the same art style as well. It was an awesome hoodie. It released in various different colors, but for me, the color that spoke to me the most was, in my opinion, the most unpopular colorway from the release, which was the white colorway. And the second piece that I was looking to pick up from this week's recent drop was the JK Knit, a piece that not many people were feeling, but I love knits. I thought the graphic was kind of cool, and that was enough justification for me to be interested in it. Now, what we'll do in order to cover my experiences on the drop is we'll head on over now to a video that I screen recorded on my phone of me trying to pick up these 2 pieces. So let's head on over there now and have a look if I was able to cop or if I had to drop the Tri-Crusher Hoodie in the white and the JK Knit in the grey. Okay, so here we are at my pre-recorded footage, ready to go. So screen recording it, refreshing it on Google Chrome, as I recommended in the last copped or dropped video. If you want to pick up successfully using a phone, I would say Google Chrome is probably the best browser to use. It lets you pre-fill emails, it lets you pre-fill credit card information. It's just there. It's just really, really handy for copying and picking up pieces when you know those pieces are going to sell out really quickly. So I used that, started recording at 7:59. Once there we go, 7:59. So we have 1 minute before the drop actually happens. I am so nervous. So just as I went on break, because the position that work asked me to do, where I was 1 PM to 9 PM, it was a support role. So I was going around helping everyone else out on the floor, and like there was someone asking me a request at like 7:45, and I take my break at 7:50, and I'm like, let me handle it when I just get back from my break. And then I like quickly rushed off to my break because I was like, no, someone else is gonna ask me for a request just before the drop and I'm gonna miss it. So I planned it. It worked out perfectly though. I got to go on my break at 7:50, and yeah, dude, I was nervous. Like the adrenaline just hit. Like I was in my own little world, sitting down in my break. Like, who cares what was going on around me? I was like, damn, okay, I gotta be focused here, because the Tri-Crusher Hoodie, regardless of the color, was gonna sell out in the first minute, easily. First minute. If you weren't in the first minute, you weren't going to get it. So I had to be there at 8 o'clock when it dropped. So I could feel it. The adrenaline was kicking in, but we'll see if I was able to pick it up or not. So 7:59, sitting there waiting for it to turn to 8 o'clock. It's so nerve-wracking, just like waiting for it to say 8:00 and then bam, it started. So it's just, you guys know how it is. If you've been for a Palace drop, if you've been for a drop of piece of clothing that is like super limited, it really gets to you. It really gets to you. So I'm just sitting there. Now I'm like ultra spamming refresh. I'm like, come on. It's got to get close. It's almost 8 o'clock. Come on. It's almost 8 o'clock. Come on. Keep refreshing it. Nothing's happening. It's still stuck on the Palace store page. Nothing's coming up. Still waiting. And I'm hoping soon it does. And then I was like, oh my God, okay, we're here. Gotta go new. Have to click on the new tab. Scroll past all the Happy Days stuff. I don't care about the Happy Days stuff. There it is, the Tri-Crush hoodie in a white. Need an extra large because I'm an extra large fella. Cart, agree to the terms and conditions. I get hit with the first capture. Doesn't load too quickly though. Crosswalks, okay, do those bottom 3 there. Apparently I also have to check these new images as well. There we go, we're through. Okay, so now it's gonna ask me for personal details. My email address is pre-filled in there and it has all my contact details and my addresses and everything, so I'm set. I have to find some buses and bicycles. Luckily, easy peasy, second capture is done. It's still in the first minute of the drop. We haven't even gotten to 8:01 yet. We're still going. They're loading up the taxes and shipping cost. It was £20. It's now 8:01. It's been a minute into the drop. The sizes are selling out. I've clicked on PayPal. PayPal is going through. Like it's logging me into PayPal. If you want a quicker copying experience, definitely use your credit card. But I was like, I'll just use PayPal. This could have potentially caused me to lose it right then and there. The order's now being, processed. It's got the spinning wheel thinking about it. And we're through. In the first minute of the drop, I was able to successfully pick up the item that I wanted. Now we're moving on to item number 2, which is going to be the JK knit. Now, initially, I was just checking to see if the Palace Bulldog knit released this week. So if you guys didn't know, for week 7, we had the alleged rumor that on top of the JK knit, we were also going to get the Bulldog knit, which features the Bulldog graphic that we saw last week on the hoodies. Now, I expressed in week 6 that I wasn't going to go for the hoodies just because I was going to come into something that was a grey hoodie. I was going to come into a grey hoodie and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to double up on grey hoodies. I won't wear it a lot, so I'm not going to go for the Bulldog hoodie. But after I successfully managed to pick up the Tri-Crush hoodie in the white, I thought, hey, if there's that like creamy Palace Bulldog knit available this week, I'll pick that up instead of the JK knit, because honestly I prefer the graphic on the Bulldog knit to the JK knit. But scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page, it didn't look like it dropped. So every single Palace drop source besides Hypebeast alluded to that the Bulldog knit was going to get released this week. It turns out it didn't. So for once, Hypebeast has the accurate information. They were right. It's not releasing this week. We might get it in week 8. Hopefully not though, because I kind of, I used a lot of my spendable cash this week on this Palace drop already, and I kind of want it to release a couple weeks later just so I have a better chance of picking it up. Although in saying that, we don't have too many weeks left of this season, so it's gonna have to drop in the next 3 weeks. So yeah, unfortunately no Palace Bulldog knit, but that's okay. If the Palace Bulldog knit wasn't gonna be there, I was gonna go for the JK knit in the grey. So I knew this one wasn't gonna sell out. I wasn't hugely stressed. I was having a look at some of the images here. I wasn't hugely stressed on this one selling out. I knew that it wasn't going to be a sellout piece within the first minute or two, and I think even now it's still available in my size. So I go for the JK knit. I put all the captures through, just put me into the cart details, man. I'm sick and tired of doing captures. My email actually didn't pre-fill on this one. It was really weird, and it was bugging out on Google Chrome not allowing me to autofill it for some reason, but then it did work. So there was a little bit of a delay. I don't know if it was like Palace stopping me from doing multiple orders or something like that. I honestly don't know. Maybe they have bot protection. I honestly don't know. But I was able to confirm the email, put the taxes and shipping confirmation there, click on PayPal, and put it through. So I was able to successfully pick up both the Tri-Crusher hoodie in the white and the JK knit in the gray. It says gray, but it's black and blue. I don't know why it's the gray colorway, but that's what they call it. But yes, guys, I came through successfully on both pickups there. I was able to pick up both the items that I wanted. I did them in 2 separate orders, which means I have to pay the shipping cost twice over. I just felt that because of the item that we're talking about here, because we're talking about the Tri-Crusher hoodie, which was gonna sell out in a minute, I could not risk adding the Tri-Crusher hoodie into the Tri-Crusher hoodie into the cart and then also adding the JK knit in as well. It would just take too much time. I felt like I just had to do it in like 2 separate purchases because the Tri-Crusher hoodie was the priority. That was the piece that I was more excited for. That was the piece that was going to sell out the quickest. So yeah, I didn't do it in 1 transaction. I did it in 2. But I suppose you got to do what you got to do to pick it up. But I'm just happy that I came through successfully with 2 W's, 2 wins. We managed to pick up both the Tri-Crusher hoodie in the white in the extra large and the JK knit in the extra large as well. Now this is actually quite interesting because both those pieces, this is my first hoodie from Palace and my first knit from Palace. The only Palace piece that I own at the moment is the signed Darth Vader crew neck that I picked up from last season. That's it. So this will be an awesome new experience when I actually manage to get them when they are delivered to me. And that means I'm waiting on the John and Molly Sherpa jacket from week 6 and now these 2 pieces from week 7 and they still haven't arrived. 1 because shipping to Australia sucks, and 2 because coronavirus, like it's all going to be delayed, which I'm not mad about. I'm like, you know what, totally understandable. But that's it, guys. That is my copped or dropped experiences on week 7. Pretty easy, pretty breezy. I didn't miss out on any of the pieces that I wanted, as you guys just saw. Honestly, as long as you're there at 8 o'clock and you do exactly what I do when it comes to an item that you know is going to sell out, you have a pretty good chance of picking it up in the first minute, but you just got to not make the mistake of clicking on the wrong color. A mate of mine actually messaged me on Instagram who was also going for the drop, and he's like, I got a W, but I picked the wrong color for the Tri-Crusher hoodie. And we were kind of like, look, that's a bummer. But at the same time, it's still a W because you get to pick up the Tri-Crusher hoodie. It's just in a color that you didn't really want. So as long as you don't make that mistake, guys, I think you'll come through successfully. Just be there when it drops. But I want to hear from you guys. Did you go for anything from week 7? You know, was week 7 hitting it off with you? I mean, I feel like most of the Palace community loved the Tri-Crusher hoodie. I don't feel like you could have gone wrong with that. I feel like most people would have tried to go for that. Were you guys successful in picking it up if you wanted it? Or were you against the grain? Were you like, you know what, the Tri-Crusher hoodie is cool, but this is not what I'm coming to for week 7. I'm coming for a different piece. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on week 7 and my experiences in the copping experience there and the pieces that I picked up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or scroll on down and let me know in that comment section below. But that wraps it up, guys. That is it. That is my copped or dropped experiences on Palace's 7th week of their Autumn 2020 collection. It was fun. It was very, very nerve-wracking at 8:01 and 8 o'clock, but you know what? We came through okay. The prize was the Tri-Crusher hoodie, and we managed to pick that up, so I was pretty happy with that. And the JK knit was just a little bit of icing on the cake for a little bit of an added extra there. I'm super keen to receive both of those items there. I'm super keen to unbox them on the channel, obviously, because I will, you know, come on. As soon as they arrive in the mail, I'll be like, yep, unboxing time. Yeah, as soon as I receive them, I'll definitely do that, guys. Hopefully we will get some very good weeks in the next couple weeks when it comes to Palace's Autumn 2020 collection. Not too many weeks left, guys. Normally Palace cuts it off at around about 10 weeks per season. So, yeah. We don't have many left. I'm hoping that not week 8, we get the Bulldog knit, because I would love to pick that up, but I've spent way too much money on clothing recently. I'm hoping it comes in like week 9, or maybe it's like a really nice way to like end off the season at week 10, but we'll have to see. Are you guys waiting out on anything? Is there anything that you guys are looking to pick up from this season that hasn't dropped yet? Let me know if that's the case down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep doing more copped or dropped videos, more Palace videos, or more streetwear talk videos in general, don't forget to leave a big old like on this video, a comment in the comment section down below, and a subscribe to the channel, as we are trying to aim for a new milestone of 2,700 subscribers before the end of September. But that's everything I got to say about the experiences that I had on week 7 and whether or not I was able to cop or drop the 2 pieces that I was after. So until the next Palace video, until the next drop list video, until the next copped or dropped video, guys, I'll catch you later.